Previously on... Hi everyone! Welcome back to Kingdom Death Story Snow the Twilight Knight. Don't play with the camera, Angel! Today I want to introduce my friend Sophia. Yay! She's one of the 7 new second generations, and she's my best friend forever. Before we move on, let's pay respect to the dead, and we'll be right back. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that alarm button. Hello YouTube, it's me, Jay, from Lanternside Story. Sorry for the hassle. In today's video, we'll be covering not 1, but 2 Lantern years. Sophia will be with us, for she went through both hunts. Before we start, I want to say that our 2 saviors were born and raised by an error. A lot of comments you guys left taught me that you can only have 1 savior per settlements. I thought it was 1 for each colors, and I was wrong. Unfortunately, I played far ahead already and cannot change things at this moment, so they will have to stay for a little longer, and I hope you understand it. I promise you, I will not make this mistake again in the future. Okay, let's get started. So, Ivory was back to hunting, plus Snow and Angel is going again, and we have the new phase, Sophia. Snow taught some hunting skills to her, so if she managed to survive this hunt, she'll reach the age milestone and will gain a skill or a stat. We specifically wanted 1 more item made out of lion's resources, so we went back to hunt the lion again, and we found this cute cub. Sophia held it with both hands, and she thought, "Oh, it's so cute, can we keep it?" And Snow was like, "We can kill it and collect resources." And we did. We got some good resources from it, but guess who showed up? Mufasa? Mufasa was here, and he was on steroid! Lion grabbed people and ran around left and right. It was like a madness. But everyone managed to dodge the major attacks, and Snow tore it apart with his Twilight Sword. Sophia's pinpoint thrust also managed to wound the lion too. I can get the hang of it, and she chose the spear to be her weapon. Also, she caught a nightmare tick sticking to her arm and brought it to the settlement. That day, Ivory and Angel also reached the age milestone, and they learned some good fighting skills. Ivory got Mighty Strike, and she chose the axe as her weapon, and Angel got Rhythm Chaser, a skill to increase her evasion, and she chose the bow. As we came back to New Dawn, the whole settlement was consumed with endless babbles from the survivors. This wave of madness was gone after a few hours for everyone except Angel. After that day, she could not stop the endless babble coming out from her mouth. With some resources, they innovated painting and learned how to dash during the fight. What does painting do with dash? Maybe a person drew something that the other wanted to be a secret, and the one dashed to take the painting back. Well, maybe. Anyway, we also made rawhide pants and boots to make a complete rawhide set, and a bone axe, a monster grease, and a skull helm. Unfortunately, we couldn't make the item that we wanted, but I thought it was about time we hunt something different, the Gorm. We wanted Balthazar and Sabrina to get some experience on the field before the big fight, and Sophia joined the hunt again. In the Gorm's territory, we were hindered by a foreboding field of bones left by the pack of Gorms. Overwhelmed by the terror, they had to take a detour. The new path was weird. Instead of our friendly stone faces on the floor, there were stone feet. Survivors marched soul to soul with the feet, and suddenly Snow shouted, "Hold the feet, or we'll fall off!" Snow what? We don't know what got into Snow's head, but Snow shouted that this place is the underside of our world, and we were hanging upside down, and we have to hold on to this feet to prevent from falling off. And this insane terror spread through the survivors, and they had to crawl through the remainder of the path. At the end of the path, a sudden chill embraced the survivors, and they saw a corpse lying in the center, covered in ice, perfectly preserved. Sophia carefully examined the body, and by facing death, she found courage and understanding inside her heart. And finally, they were catching up with the prey. They found a field covered with foul-smelling corrosive vomit of the Gorm. Sophia courageously tried to find something in the pool, but she found nothing, and her legs were burnt with the acid. But at the end, survivors could track the stench of the Gorm on the wind and found the poor Gorm sleeping alone. It's a chance to ambush. While setting up the ambush, we took the time to mine an ore and collect some bugs from a bug patch. Ore gave us nothing, but Sophia managed to catch a cyclops fly. Snow and Balthazar positioned on the blind spot of the monster behind its big butt. But it didn't take long to realize that it was a mistake. Strikes from Snow wounded the monster. Alarmed in panic, the Gorm retched, stepping backward, knocking Snow and Balthazar back, and puked a corrosive vomit in front of it. "Avoid its back!" Sophia shouted, but that shout drew the monster to her, and it walloped her. Because of her aching legs, that attack knocked her down to the ground. Gorm does look like a baby, but its size was gigantic, and the basic rule of fighting the monster, staying on its back, does not apply to it. "Sophia, stand up! You're stronger than that!" Balthazar encouraged Sophia. Back on her feet, Sophia drove her spear right in the goiter, a sweet critical hit as a revenge, and Snow sliced the beast and surged with courage from his inner lantern. He sliced it once more. Despite the first few successful attacks, Gorm was already bleeding to death. It tried to wallop Sophia again, but Sophia dashed away from its attack and hid behind the bushes. Finally, the coordinated attack from Sophia and Snow killed the beast. It was only round 3 and the beast is dead. I guess I wasn't even needed here. Not that fun. Cool your temper, beast of Karatosis. What's important is that we were in the battle to awake our spirits. It's not a game for you to show off. What you say, Crownhead? You shouldn't even be here according to the rules. Or maybe you were not the one who should be here. Calm down. At least we won, right? I don't want my brothers and sisters to fight each other. We have worse things to fight against. Sophia's words calmed the two survivors down, and at that moment, they could feel the spirit getting stronger inside them. The power of the spirits fall onto the saviors, giving the secret fighting arts. Using this skill will burn their life in this world, but it will surely be helpful in the future. As they grow old faster, they reach the age milestone too. Balthazar became more resilient against bleeding, and Sabrina learned Combo Master, suiting her aggressive nature. By beating the Gorm, we also found a clue on how to stop the Gorm climber. We cannot stop it right now, but at least we know the way. On our way home, a massive quake was shaking the settlement. Luckily, no one got injured, and from the rubbles we found a founding stone to use as a weapon. With the resources from the Gorm, we built a Gormery and a Gorkimist. In the Gormery, we can make weapons and armors, while in Gorkimist, we can make potions. We also innovated Nigredo, one of the 4 basic alchemic material made out of Gorm. And with some additional resources left, we learned how to perform bloodletting. And there was a good news. We made a shield. A knuckle shield made out of Gorm's mammoth hand. It will be very helpful in the future fights. And the 5th Lantern year has come, and the Herald of Death and Anger came as well. A shout of furious anger echoed on the doorstep of New Dawn. It was the first Nemesis monster, the Butcher. Snow held his sword firm, and Angel her bow, and the 2 survivors followed. I guess this is why we are summoned. Yes, finally an enemy worth fighting. I can feel the howl of the beast inside me. Get ready, and 4 of them face the Butcher on the next episode. Alright, that's it for this episode. Well, we finally met Gorm, but it lasted only 3 turns, and it haven't really done anything. We will see more Gorm action in the future. I'm always quite worried when facing the Nemesis, but at this point, Snow is quite strong, though he had to eat some bugs to get some more stats. And I know it wasn't supposed to be like this, but we do have 2 saviors. So, bring it on. We'll see what happened on the next episode. That's all from me. I hope you enjoyed it, and please press like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time.